Hello there. Now, Bihar, like the rest of the country, is in the grip of a Dussehra festival mood, but political heat has not died down ahead of the third phase of assembly elections next week. All news and updates from poll-bound Bihar in the next half an hour in Verdict 2015. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor, and here are this morning election headlines. EC clears Prime Minister's radio program Mann Ki Baat this Sunday. Clearance with rider that it will contain no material that can influence voters in Bihar. Pulses prices becomes a poll issue in Bihar. Central ministers blame Chief Minister Nitish Kumar for the crisis. Nitish hits back, saying it was time the Prime Minister brought back the old days. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi to address rallies ahead of the third phase of polling in Bihar. PM to address rally in Patna and Rahul in West Champaran. And spotlight today on the tourism industry in Vaishali, where government neglect has meant that the place is yet to develop as an international tourism destination. Well, our top story. The Election Commission has given a go-ahead to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's latest episode of Mann Ki Baat to be aired on Sunday with a rider that it will not carry anything which could be construed as influencing the voters of Bihar. No official sources in the commission said that government had approached the commission seeking clearance for the 25th of October episode of the program, which has been permitted. Now, this is for the second time the government had approached the Election Commission to seek clearance for airing Mann Ki Baat. The Election Commission has not found any violation of Model Code of Conduct in Modi's previous episode of the program in September. The Election Commission had given its nod for the airing of Mann Ki Baat on 20th of September, provided nothing is said that may be construed as inducement to voters or having an impact on poll-bound Bihar, where Model Code of Conduct is in force. Representatives of the Grand Alliance, including RJD and JDU, had approached the Election Commission seeking suspension of the program till Bihar polls were in progress, raising doubts that it might be used to influence voters. The program was aired even during Haryana, Maharashtra and Delhi Assembly polls. All right, let's get more details from my colleague Kriti Mishra, who's joining us on the phone line from Patna. Kriti, now no red flag really from the Election Commission. Prime Minister will go ahead with his Mann Ki Baat this Sunday.
Right, Aishwarya. So earlier also the Election Commission did not find any violation of Model Code of Conduct when the earlier editions of Mann Ki Baat that was aired in September. But of course the experts are saying now that the Prime Minister is expected not to refer anything to Bihar elections or to make political statements that could have a bearing on Bihar elections or any policy statement for that matter that may impact assembly elections. So of course the Election Commission had earlier also allowed Prime Minister Narendra Modi to go ahead with the airing of Mann Ki Baat program. The Congress had earlier alleged that while it was violating Model Code of Conduct, but the Election Commission did not find anything like that. So, of course, right now, the Election Commission has not shown any red flag to Modi's Mann Ki Baat. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Right. Election Commission, they're giving a go-ahead for Prime Minister's program, Mann Ki Baat. Remember, this program, the 13th edition of the program will be aired this Sunday. Kriti, you stay with us. We'll just come back to you. Meanwhile, let's move on to other news stories. Now, the rising pulse prices have become a poll issue in Bihar as the leaders try to pin the blame on their rivals. Now, facing flack for their absence from Delhi during the ongoing dal price crisis, now, Central Ministers Ram Vilas Paswan and Radha Mohan Singh chose to take the battle to the enemy camp from Bihar.
With the finger on the pulse of voters, rival alliances in election-bound Bihar on Tuesday served each other liberal portions of blame for the rapidly vanishing pulses from the platter of the common man due to its soaring prices. The Food Minister Ram Vilas Paswan and the Minister of Agriculture Radha Mohan Singh chose to bat out of Bihar, where they have been for the last 2 months campaigning for the assembly elections. Addressing a joint press conference at the BJP office in Patna, the ministers, who are also lawmakers from Bihar, targeted political rival and Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar over the rise of dal prices.
जब हुआ कि आयात किया जाए तो राज्यों को लिखा गया कि आपको कितना चाहिए, आप इसका विवरण दीजिए, तो उसको भी, उस पत्र को भी इन्होंने रिस्पॉन्स नहीं किया। कीमतें जो बिहार में बढ़ी है उसके लिए यदि कोई जिम्मेवार है तो नीतीश कुमार है।
आप स्टॉक लिमिट तय कीजिए। एसेंशियल कमोडिटी के एक्ट के तहत आपको कार्रवाई करने का अधिकार है, उसका उपयोग कीजिए। जो प्रिवेंशन ऑफ ब्लैक मार्केटिंग एक्ट है उसके अंतर्गत आप कार्रवाई कीजिए। एक भी कार्रवाई इन्होंने नहीं किया, उस दिशा में कोई कदम भी नहीं बढ़ाया।
As he came under attack, Nitish Kumar sought to turn the tables on the centre for the skyrocketing pulse prices, this time hitting out at Modi over his Achhe Din comment and saying people wanted their Purane Din back.
लोगों के थाली से दाल गायब हुआ और लोगों के चित्त से भी ये बुरी तरह उतर गए हैं, इसलिए इनका कोई सगुफा काम करने वाला नहीं। जाए काम करे, काम करना चाहिए। इनको चिंता न सूखे की है, न दाल के महंगाई की है या अन्य महंगाई की है। लोग तो अब कहने लगे हैं कि मोदी जी अच्छे दिन अपने पास रखिए, पुराने दिन ही लौटा दीजिए।
Other leaders in the Grand Alliance were also quick to react.
दाल का पल्ली हुआ सब चीज न हो गया, दाल के साथ साथ प्याज, लहसुन, मसाला। बाजार में देखते हो कोई परचेजर है, कैपेसिटी नहीं है।
भारत के वित्त मंत्री जी बयान दे रहे हैं कि पोर्ट्स पर दाल पड़ी हुई है, जबकि पोर्ट्स में दाल अगर है तो उसकी आप जानकारी लीजिए। पोर्ट एसोसिएशन में जो लोग काम करते हैं उन्होंने मना कर दिया कि साहब यहां पे कोई दाल है ही नहीं। इस कदर अगर वित्त मंत्री गुमराह करेंगे इस देश के लोगों को तो कैसे काम चलेगा। पूरे तरीके से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की मोदी सरकार असफल हुई है।
दाल के दाम सिर्फ बिहार में नहीं, दिल्ली से लेकर गुजरात तक आसमान छू रहे हैं। आज की तारीख में बिहार में दाल का दाम और गुजरात में दाल का दाम बराबर है। अगर नीतीश कुमार दोषी हैं तो आनंदी बहन दोष मुक्त कैसे हैं?
While a war of words broke out in Bihar, over 5,800 tons of pulses have been seized in 5 states during raids conducted on hoarders in the last few months. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television.
Well, amid the festivities of Durga Puja, Patna is gearing up for the third phase of polls on 28th of October. Now, unemployment and price rise still remain main issues this poll season. My colleague Kriti Mishra is in Patna speaking to voters on main election issues. Take a look.
Election-related hullabaloo notwithstanding, poll fervour has gripped Patna. You can see large number of people have come out on the streets with their families to really take a glimpse of Goddess Durga. But here also, the main issue that is dominating people's mind are upcoming elections. Let's try and get a pulse of voters out here. भैया आप बताइए क्या मुद्दे हैं इस बार चुनाव में?
इस बार सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा है बेरोजगारी और महंगाई। इस चुनाव में सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा है
महंगाई, बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा है। दाल बहुत महंगी हो गई है, इसको किस तरह से, प्याज भी महंगा हो चुका है, किस तरह से आम आदमी देखता है?
जो तो महंगाई है आम आदमी के लिए बोझ है। बेरोजगारी सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा है इस बिहार में।
सरकार तो उसका बनना चाहिए जो हमको रोजगार दे, जो शांति रखे, जो हर चीज का सुविधा दे, बिजली पानी सब चीज का, उसका सरकार बनना चाहिए।
Right, of course. So people praying Goddess Durga that on 8th of November, whichever party forms the government, it should propel Bihar on the path of development. Reporting from Patna with camera person Saroj, I'm Kriti Mishra for Rajya Sabha TV.
In fact, Kriti Mishra is joining us on the phone line from Patna. Kriti, now it's the Dussehra today. People must be in a celebration mood. But certainly the soaring the prices of pulses must be dampening spirits really in the state.
Of course, Aishwarya, politics is hotting up on the pulses issue, and JDU, of course, has upped the ante against the government, and it has demanded resignation of Union Agriculture Minister Radha Mohan Singh and Union Civil Supplies and Food Minister Ramvilas Paswan. So the JDU has alleged that these ministers are more politically motivated just to win the Bihar elections, and they are just not concerned about the people of the country and are adopting anti-farmers and anti-consumer policies. On the other hand, the BJP has launched a frontal attack on Nitish Kumar, saying that it was because of Bihar Chief Minister that the prices of dal has risen so much in the state, because he did not act against hoarders and he did not utilize the price stabilization fund given by the centre And of course, the BJP today is propagating the idea of what Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said yesterday, that the centre has cracked down on hoarders and black marketeers, and over 36,000 tons of pulses that have been seized. So that once that comes into wholesale market, the price would definitely plunge and plummet, and that would also be shown in retail market. As far as the customers, as far as the voters actually are concerned, they are really concerned about the rising prices because dal is a staple diet here. Dal chawal is what people generally eat. And of course, when it is going beyond their means, it is a big problem for them. So they just want a solution going beyond these blame game and mudslinging. They just want dal to come back to their platter. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Kriti, now Grand Alliance yesterday said that it was focusing on shifting the election debate from the beef issue to dal bhat. So how is the Grand Alliance now hoping to take the issue to the electorate? Kriti, can you hear me? All right, so after beef and reservation issues, it is the politics of dal that is actually going to play out on a big scale in Bihar ahead of the third phase of assembly elections in the state. Remember, on 28th of October, the third phase of assembly elections are going to happen. And this is certainly one issue that is going to play out in the minds of people. It is certainly an issue that will find resonance really among the voters. Already the politics over dal is, we see that it is being played out with both the centre and the Bihar government really blaming each other for the crisis. While the central government has said it is the Nitish Kumar government which is responsible really for the crisis, Nitish Kumar has hit back and he has said that Modi should look at giving back people their Purane Din. And yesterday, Grand Alliance had said that it was focusing on shifting the election debate from the beef issue really to dal bhat. Now, it is going to go out to the voters and make sure that this issue is, in fact, becomes a key point ahead of the third phase of assembly elections. Remember, it is Dussehra today, so the Bihar, like rest of the country, is in a festive mood. But we see politics really not dying down. It is not just the dal issue, the soaring prices of dal that is finding resonance among the voters, and also politics being played out over the issue, but the rest of the issues as well. All right, my colleague Kriti Mishra is now joining us live from Patna. Kriti, now as I was asking you that now Grand Alliance had yesterday said that it was going to focus on shifting the election debate from the beef issue to dal bhat. So how is it hoping to really take the issue to the electorate?
Absolutely, Aishwarya. So, a quintessential Lalu Prasad Yadav, in his quirky way, said that he can no more use the phrase "Ghar ki murgi dal barabar." So, he's going out on the streets in the rallies, convincing people that it is because of the BJP, it is because of the centre government, because it is adopting anti-consumer policies that the prices of dal has risen so much. So, of course, he's going around and saying this to people that it should not vote. He's going around saying that people should not vote for the BJP, and also he's just taking jibe at the BJP, saying that this time around in Diwali, instead of giving dry fruits to your loved ones, go and give dal. That would be relished and cherished more by your loved ones. So, of course, politics is hotting up on this issue, and the Grand Alliance is trying to take leverage, whereas the BJP is firefighting and levelling allegations on the JDU for the dal, the prices that of dal that have risen so much. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Kriti, now shifting gears, I'd like to know from you how the Haryana Dalit killings is actually playing out in Bihar politics, because yesterday both Nitish Kumar as well as Lalu Prasad took on the BJP in their tweets yesterday. Obviously, they are aiming at Bihar's vote bank, Dalit vote bank, which is a sizable chunk.
That's very true, Aishwarya. So the horrific incident in Faridabad was resonated here in Bihar as well. So Lalu Prasad Yadav attacked the BJP. On one hand, he said that the BJP is planning to scrap reservation policy for the Dalits. On the other hand, he alleged that Dalits were being burned alive in the states where BJP is governing. On the other hand, Nitish Kumar also took to Twitter and he said, where are those people these people have vanished who claim that if their government comes to power, everything would fall in place. Now, Sushil Kumar Modi, who's a big BJP leader here in Bihar, of course, condemned the incident. But on the other hand, he said that Lalu Prasad Yadav and Nitish Kumar have no business to shed fake tears as far as Faridabad incident is concerned, because it was under Lalu Prasad Yadav's regime, or he called it Jungle Raj, that Dalits were literally massacred by Ranveer Sena in districts of Arwal and Bhojpur. So, of course, everywhere politics is happening, and as far as BJP ally and LJP chief Ram Vilas Paswan is concerned, he has solely sought to fix the responsibility on the state government. So definitely this issue is resonating here in Bihar. But we just hope that after Haryana CM has ordered a CBI probe, we don't know if this issue would simmer down here or snowball into another controversy. Over to you, Aishwarya.
And Kriti, obviously it's the Dussehra. People are in the festive mood, not really for the campaigning mood. I'm sure the leaders would also not be in a very in the mood to campaign. But ahead of the third phase of elections, obviously Rahul Gandhi's rallies are lined up. Also, we have PM Modi's rallies and also other BJP leaders. Tell us more about the campaigning ahead of the third phase.
Right, Aishwarya. So, as we know that this is a high-stake election for both BJP and Grand Alliance, and as far as NDA constituents of NDA are concerned. So, of course, all the parties are out to woo the voters. So, rallies planned by Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi and, of course, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and BJP and also Grand Alliance for that matter. They both have list of star campaigners who are just out to, BJP is, while it is targeting Nitish Kumar for all the reasons that there's unemployment in the state, there's declining private investment in the state, there is agrarian crisis in the state. Nitish Kumar, on the other hand, is trying to drive home a point that law has changed in Bihar under his regime, and if he's voted to power again, Bihar would walk on the path of development. So everybody is out there convincing voters, wooing voters, and really to keep a finger on the pulse of the voters so they could be crowned kings of Bihar after the results are announced. Over to you, Aishwarya.
Right, so the leaders might be taking a break today as it is Dussehra, but from tomorrow on, again, high-profile rallies are lined up ahead of the third phase of assembly elections. Thank you so much, Kriti, for joining us. So you keep tracking all those developments in Bihar. We'll keep coming back to you. And in Verdict 2015, we'll take a very short break. We'll be back with more election news. Stay with us.
Tales that inspire, stories of social change. A salute to diversity, promoting public discourse. Events that motivate, inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries every Friday at 10:30 p.m, Saturday 12:30 p.m, and Sunday at 1 p.m.
Nitish Kumar campaigned in Bihar's Motihari yesterday, attacking the BJP over the price rise of pulses. He said that the agriculture minister and the food minister are attacking the state chief minister over inflation in the country. He also criticized the BJP over the Dalits killing in Haryana.
बिहार को कहिएगा जंगल राज, हरियाणा में दलितों को जलाया जा रहा है, वहां है इनके हिसाब से मंगल राज और बिहार में है जंगल राज। इसलिए ये अपमानित करने के लिए बोलते हैं, जलील करने के लिए बोलते हैं, बिहार को नीचा दिखाने के लिए लोग बोलते हैं।
And addressing a rally in Bihar's Nalanda, Lalu Prasad said that the Modi government only wants to disrupt the current reservation policy. He also said that the RJD-JDU combined will bring back the glorious days of Bihar.
थूक दिया और सब भाग गया। अब कहीं इसका आता पता नहीं। जनता ने सुन रही है तो हेमा मालिनी को बुलाया।
And in the opposition's camp, BJP's star campaigner and MP Hema Malini addressed a rally in Ara's Bhojpur area. Now, continuing with the BJP's developmental call, Hema Malini said that Bihar is lagging behind and has become one of the backward states of the country. She urged the crowd to vote for development and elect a BJP-led NDA government.
भारत आगे बढ़ रहा है, आधुनिक भारत बनता जा रहा है और बिहार पिछड़ा बनता जा रहा है। आप लोग बस इसी स्थिति में रहना चाहेंगे? आगे बढ़ेंगे ना? इतने नौजवान हैं, या फिर कोई कारखाना कुछ है आप लोगों के लिए, नौकरी के लिए, आमदनी के लिए? कुछ भी नहीं है।
Let's now get you some political reactions in poll bits.
बिहार में एक परिवर्तन की ललक है। बिहार के नौजवान, बिहार की जनता, बिहार के किसान, बिहार के माताएं बहनें अब बिहार को 21वीं शताब्दी का प्रगतिशील बिहार देखना चाहते हैं, जो केवल नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में ही संभव है।
2 करोड़ लोगों को रोजगार देने की आपने बात की और 1 साल तक सारे रिक्रूटमेंट पर आपने सभी डिपार्टमेंट्स में पाबंदी लगा दी। तो इसका क्या मतलब है? किसी को रोजगार आपने दिया, 15 लाख 20 लाख रुपया देने की बात थी, तो क्या दिया? तो इसीलिए लोग निराश है। ऊपर से और झूठा वादा लेकर के आए हैं, फ्रॉड कर रहे हैं। तो फ्रॉड
करप्शन से उलझे हुए हैं ये लोग और करप्शन से उठ नहीं पा रहे हैं। जमीनी हालात ये भूल चुके हैं। अच्छे दिन तो दूर की बात है, बुरे दिन आए हुए हैं।
Now, the birthplace of Jaiprakash Narayan, Chhapra, is going to polls on 28th of October. Now, even after years of representation in the assembly by former Bihar Chief Minister Lalu Prasad, the district remains marginalized even today. Here is a detailed report on the district in our special segment, Spotlight.
Chhapra is the district of Jaiprakash Narayan, the hero of the revolution that followed the emergency. The Janata Dal family has been the undisputed leaders of Chhapra for a long time. It won't be wrong to say that Lalu Yadav has been the political identity of Chhapra for a long time, since 1977. But his popularity has been on the wane in recent decades. In the last Lok Sabha elections, Lalu's wife and former Chief Minister Rabdi Devi lost to the BJP's Rajiv Pratap Rudy. Despite these setbacks, Lalu Yadav plays an important role in the politics of Chhapra. After joining hands with Nitish Kumar, the political equations in Chhapra have been altered. But there is no dearth of issues in the former Chief Minister's constituency.
वर्षों से जिन मुद्दों पे हमेशा से कैंडिडेट्स लड़ते रहे हैं, उसका कोई समाधान अभी नहीं हुआ है।
In the 2010 elections, the JDU bagged 4 seats and the BJP and RJD bagged 3 seats each. The BJP won from Taraiya, Garkha and Sonpur in 2010. The JDU won the Pasra, Amnor, Manji and Ekma seats, while the RJD bagged the Baniapur, Chhapra and Madhor seats. The BJP is contesting on 8 out of the 10 seats this time, while the other NDA constituents will be contesting in the remaining 2 seats. On the other hand, the JDU will contest from 2 seats here, while the RJD will fight from 7 and the Congress on 1 seat from this assembly constituency. All parties are confident of their victory.
हमें अन्य राज्यों में जिस प्रकार से अपनी भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार चला रहे हैं और विकास करके दिखाया है, वह स्वरूप बिहार में भी दिखाई देगा।
आरजेडी को लोग नकार नहीं रहे हैं। वो कल जो घर घर मोदी कह रहे थे, आज गड़बड़ मोदी कह रहे हैं।
One of the main issues plaguing this region is the lack of any good educational institution. Also, lack of a good hospital is testimony to the poor health infrastructure here. Unemployment is also a big issue, with mills shut. But despite such pressing issues, politics continues to be played on caste lines.
यहाँ समस्याओं पे नहीं लड़ा जाता है, ज्यादा जात के आधार पर लड़ा जाता है। जब आप इलेक्शन के 2-3 दिन पहले रातों रात यहाँ पे वोट जो है कन्वर्ट हो जाता है जात के आधार पे।
The only concern among locals is whoever comes to power, they should work towards resolving issues plaguing the area. Ravindra Sharan's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Now, a place of immense cultural and religious importance, Vaishali is looking for development as an international tourism destination. Sadly, the government so far have neglected to address this pressing need. Take a look.
Every year, thousands of people arrive in Vaishali. It's the land where the Buddha first spread his teachings and where Mahavir, the founder of Jainism, was born. Pilgrims come from all over Asia, from Sri Lanka, Japan, Thailand, Indonesia, Cambodia, and Vietnam. Despite this steady stream of foreigners, the facilities they find in the town are primitive and substandard.
This place is a very famous place for Buddhists. So, for the tourists, maybe it's not very convenient to stay here because it's very short facilities and accommodation for the tourists.
Devotees of Mahavira and Jainism are not lacking in numbers here.
मंदिर का जीर्णोद्धार अच्छी तरह होना चाहिए, इसलिए भी मदद करने के लिए चाहिए सरकार को. ये महावीर भगवान का जन्म स्थान है.
Dirty lanes all around, an abject shortage of public conveniences, bad roads and poor security, all combine to sketch a scary scenario for any person in a strange land. The biggest problem is of course accommodation during night time. The place has immense importance. Ashanti Stupa, the Ashoka pillar. Local residents feel a little administrative effort could go a long way in transforming it into a good tourist spot and an avenue for jobs.
टूरिस्ट यहाँ आते हैं लेकिन रुकते नहीं है. टूरिस्ट आते हैं, पटना में रुकते हैं, गया में रुकते हैं. ठहराव यहाँ है नहीं. सरकार के आज तक केंद्र सरकार हो या राज्य सरकार हो, ध्यान इस वैशाली पे है ये नहीं है किसी के पास.
खाने पीने का हाँ रेस्टोरेंट वगैरह नहीं है, होटल वगैरह नहीं है. होटल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में थोड़ा सा कमी है, तो बिहार गवर्नमेंट को बिहार टूरिज्म को थोड़ा सा बढ़ाना चाहिए.
The voters have their priorities clear. They want the next government to transform Vaishali into a major tourist attraction. And this time, they say they will brook no compromises. Ravindra Sharan's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, that's all in this edition of A Verdict 2015. But also watch our evening election bulletin at 6:30 p.m. But that's all from the election team at the moment. Thanks for your time.